In this tutorial, we will see another example of inner join with the use of a group by clause. We'll be using the same classic models database. Now look at this particular output over here. This is my desired output. So basically I require the order number, the status of the order number, and the total amount that was billed with respect to each order. So each tuple over here displays the status of the order and the total amount with respect to each order. So this is my desired output. Now if we go to look at the tables, we can clearly see that the order details is given in one table and the other information about the orders, that is the status of the orders, is given in some different tables. So since our information is split in two different relations, we require to make use of inner join. Status is there in the orders table, whereas the total amount is in the order details table in the form of quantity ordered and price each. We require to find a way to join this particular table. Now, looking at the concept of primary key and foreign key, we look at the orders table over here. In the orders table, the order number is acting as a primary key, whereas in the order details table we have order number and product code together acting as a primary key, but the order number itself on its own is acting as a foreign key in this particular table. So we have to make use of this concept and try to join to get the required details. We have seen in our previous slides how we can multiply two attributes and then add up more than one tuple using the sum function. So we did this in our previous slides. So attribute 1, attribute 2, and then pass this as a parameter to the sum function. We'll look at the query. How do we execute it? Okay. So our query would be as normal as we have done in the previous queries. Select order number, okay, because the order number has to be displayed, and then quantity ordered into price each. I am renaming this as total from the order details table and group by order number. If we look at the previous slide, you see that the value has been displayed as only one order number, whereas this order number appears in the order details n number of times. So we group and then we apply the sum function on the required attributes. So when I execute this particular query, I get this output. So I am multiplying those attributes, that is quantity ordered into price each, and I am displaying the total amount with respect to each order number. Now over here order number is 10101 because since we are using group by, a single value is being displayed. But this is not what we want. We require the status also to be displayed. The expected output is with respect to the status. This is what we are not getting. So that means we require to have an inner join operation on the second table also. So basically what we have to do is we have to modify this particular query of ours. We have to use the inner join clause and specify the second table also, that is orders, and then find out what would be the join condition in this case. I have already modified the query. So new additions to this is I am specifying the status because now I am using the inner join clause. I am joining it with the orders table. I have renamed the table to T2. On the join condition, order number from order details table and order number from orders table. If I had not to specify this names T1 and T2, then I would have to use the original name of the table, that is order details.order number equals to orders.order number, and then group them by order number. Now when I execute this particular query, it will give me an error. Let's have a look at the error. The error says some error number it is displaying along with the error. It says column order number in filled list is ambiguous. When I refer to filled list, I am referring to this particular portion of the query. This is my filled list. So what does it say? It says there is an ambiguity with respect to this particular attribute, that is order number. Now what could be the ambiguity with respect to order number? If you memorize the orders table and the orders details table, both these tables had order number as an attribute. Here the order number was a primary key, and here the order number is a foreign key. Now what has happened is, when we joined both the tables, the attributes from this tables and the attributes from this tables are there in our temporary table. Now there is a confusion with respect to the select statement. It does not know which order number it has to pick. Whether you are referring to the order number from the orders table or you are referring to the order number from the order details table. So this is the confusion. So how do we sort out this confusion is, we specify in the filled list from which table the order number has to be picked up, whether it is from T1 or whether it is from T2. So once we are done with this, our error will be resolved. So when I use the table alias name, our query, our error will be resolved. So basically now the query would look something like this, and the output, or you will get the desired output. The obvious question is, why do we have to specify the join condition? Is the join condition really necessary in this case, or do we have any other alternative? If you remember, in relational algebra we use something called as a natural join. Now this natural join was used in those conditions where the attribute name was same in both the tables. If you look at this condition in this particular query also, from tables T1 the order number is and the order number from tables T2 are both the same. So now the obvious question is, can we make use of the concept of natural join in this condition? The answer is yes, we can make use of natural join in this case also. But there is no harm in specifying the join condition. So how do we make use of this alternative? We use something called as using, a keyword called as using. Okay. So basically our query remains the same. The select portion along with the filled list remains the same. From the orders table, inner join orders details. Now this particular portion where we used the keyword on and then the join condition, that is being replaced by using and the attribute from the other table. That is common to both the tables. So this particular query also will give us the same output. So we can make use of natural join in this scenario also. Even in the previous queries, you can try it out using the keyword using.